Don't Rage Quit, starring Shy Sue. Now, what is this video, you might be wondering? Well, there's this great game called Dead by Daylight. Now, there are enough tutorials out there to teach you about this game. However, even then, I see players rage quit all the time while playing Dead by Daylight. Now, mind you, it's not their fault. Even though there's no rank in this game, even though there's no really any rules or punishments to be leaving a game, if you're tilted, you rage quit. And that leaves me alone in a world with a killer. And it's not very fun being alone with a killer. So, I need to make a video about it called Don't Rage Quit. I'm going to be covering killers that I see players DC against the most, which isn't very fun, mind you, but it's a very important video. Now, what might you wonder what we're going to cover? I think it's very obvious to any of the DVD experts out there, but for those who don't know, this is a survival horror featuring you, and you can only run from the killer, do just as well, and escape. But escape is avoiding the killer who wants your blood every second of the video. Game. So, let's get into it, shall we? The nitty and gritty, the details. The first killer, very obvious. The ghoul. Now, what is this killer, you might be wondering? Kaneki Ken from the anime Tokyo Ghoul. A very cool character. Personally, when I first started, I didn't know he was in the game, and I loved him for it. But then I found out everyone hates Ghoul, which makes sense, mind you. He is rather unskilled, but no, it does require... Actually, I take the back. It's easy to play Kaneki Ken, but I did it perkless. Besides the point. Why does this killer make DVD players upset, even if 10,000 hours in the game? Quite simply, he breaks the number one rule of Dead by Daylight. There's no such thing as distance. We like to run from the killer, but with Kaneki, he says no running. He breaks all the rules of the trade of Dead by Daylight. Not very fun, mind you, meaning perks that've been out since the start of the game. Lithe, Sprint Burst, and any haste perks that let you run away from the killer. Every single one of those you can deem itself useless because he could just jump on you no matter where, what, or what you want to do. So, he breaks the number one rules of Dead by Daylight. There's no such thing as distance, meaning all you scrubs out there running away from killer. Stop running. It's fight or die. That's the number one rule against Kaneki. It's a 1v1. So, view it as something else. It's a 1v1 with a killer. You are always going to be injured unless you're hugging terrain and you're really good at the game. But more than not, it's a tutorial for newbies. He is going to injure you. Now, how does his ability work? One dash. His first tail attack does not hurt you. It's only when he dashes twice and when he hurts you. So one, the second one injures you. But if you let him grab you the first time, you're fine. So when you see him pull out his tail, you could pretty much hug him. Alright? Unless he has his, unless he cancels the ability, or etc. But anyways, get it through your head. It's fight or die. No flight. No running away. Now, there's only one thing I could tell you. Because no matter what, you need to get good at 1v1s. Running around pallets or windows. But with Kaneki Ken, he could just vault over the pallet when you drop it. Well, you need to figure out how to drop the pallet correctly. When you see him pull his tail, That comes to rule number 3. Watch his tail. Now, he's going to whoop your cheeks for the better half of your learning experience. But as long as you're always watching his tail, he will slowly improve as a survivor against him. Because then you'll start recognizing what it looks like when he's trying to use his ability. And if you're always watching his tail, then you know what is happening next. So, let's say there's a pallet in front of you. It's a wooden thing that you drop, stuns the killer. You can either drop it quickly, and then he vaults over and grabs you, bites you, or whatever. Or you wait, and he just runs you through it anyways. No. As I said, this is a killer where you need experience, a 1v1 experience. So, you need to be doing what good survivors do. You go to a pallet, you watch him when you're going through a pallet. When you see him pull out his ability, you don't drop it, and you just duck near the pallet. And if he decides to use his tail dash, he runs right through the pallet, and you go in and drop the pallet again. There's stuff like that too. Or, let's say he never pulls out his ability, you duck behind the wall or pallet, and then you drop it as he tries walking through. Very interesting mechanics, but it's like hiding. The killer doesn't know. He might know though, but let's say he's smart and he knows that you're doing that. Then your last chance, is you drop the pallet and you immediately crouch and go right. Because one, there's a chance that even though he grabs you with his tail, he doesn't vault the pallet because you're crouched going right. He has to have a certain level of reaction time to press the ability and then click you with aim. So as long as you insta drop pallet, crouch, go right, he can't vault over. I can demonstrate that in the video, maybe when I am on stream, when I play this later. Now, that's kind of key though. Get good 1v1s and no running away. It's fight or die. You're not going to have your health state either to save you. It's one health state. Just learn. Fight the 1v1. Of course, it's very hard, but with experience, I'm sure you can do it. He's an M1 kill. Well, no, he's not. Because you're pretty much perma-exposed. Alright, next killer. What other killer over here? The Knight. The Knight. The Knight. This next killer is very fun, interesting, cool, because he's not, how do I word it? He's a little bit annoying considering what he does and like the idea of learning the killer, etc. But think of it like Assassin's Creed, or I don't know, sneaking. This guy, he's just the sword knight guy that chases you with his sword. He has no gap closing, but he does have a guard. Now, the knight, you need to keep your eye on him at all times. But rule of thumb is you need to avoid the guard at all costs. Now, how do you avoid the guard? Well, one, the knight places the guard. And when he places a guard, he's stationary with his sword in the ground. So it's very obvious when he's going to do it. As long as you keep an eye on the knight. It's going to be a rule of thumb here where you keep an eye on the killer. Okay? You need to look at the killer at all times. Raise your sensitivity or whatever. Learn the game. Now, how do you avoid the guard? Well, when I first played, I was confused. I just studied places and I get caught all the time. No, I found out, well, through other videos, Atstava, Hands, and Iran. Well, I'm not sure which one I watched, but I watched a bunch of them. But guards obviously can see you, but they place a green circle around. And inside that circle, you need to avoid loud noise notifications. Now, what does that mean for players that don't know what that is? Fast vaulting, running, etc. But as long as you're slow vaulting or you're walking through the green circle, you'll be safe. So, avoid loud notifications, walk inside the guard radius, and if all else fails, do not let the guard hit you. Let the knight. Why, you might be asking? Because the guard disappears when the knight hits you. So, it is more preferable if you have the knight hit you, because the knight, after hitting you, will also have to do that animation, slow down, etc. If the guard hits you, the knight can still have full movement speed when running towards you. So make the knight hit you, make your distance, etc. But how you beat the knight is you learn to walk and avoid the guard. Because now, why walk and chase, you might be asking? The knight is standing still. So why wouldn't you walk? And let's say he placed the guard and he doesn't catch you with the guard. More often than not, the knight will just walk away. I've seen it happen to me many times. Because the knight is a cheese killer. He wants to get the guard on you and double hit you and you're instant down. Now, I didn't know that. Now let's say there's a guard protecting a gen and the knight ran away. Well, you need to trigger it. And there's a little flag that spawns at the ground where the guard sees you. Now, there are a couple of things you can do. You can wait out the flag's opacity to slowly rise up and fill up, and you hear a horn ring. That's when you go back and capture the flag. Or you vault 2 windows and some of them disappear. I don't really know the specific laws of it. Once again, this is a makeup guide by me. So, that's the knight though. You need to learn how to beat the guard. Now, what's next? The next killer on our list. The Spirit. This is another killer that I see players want to rage quit on. Now, this killer is all... the details are rather off here, mind you. But I'll read it as is. Skill issue, good bro, and use your ears. This killer likes to have really fast movement speed, but as long as you're using your ears and listening to her, you could stun her. Good bro. That's the Spirit. There's another character I see people rage quit on, unless it's a cheater Spirit, which I've seen. There's a YouTube channel called Terminator on YouTube, Terminator DVD cheats, and this guy killed me twice. They haven't been banned yet. It's AI cheating, so it's whatever. But yeah, the Spirit. That's the Spirit. She doesn't need tutorial. Use your ears. Now, survivor tips. Now let's say you're starting the game off and you need a tip for all. Well, there is this beautiful perk called Hyper Focus. Now you might be wondering, why am I talking about it? Well, it's the perk that is RNG luck based and technically can win you every single game. If you're a cheater, that is. However, don't think like that. I've hit Hyper Focus Tier 6 without any extra perks to help me, and past 6 different times after 6. Many different times a match. Now, what you might be wondering, what exactly does it do? A gen takes 90 seconds to finish. With Hyper Focus, you can finish in 48 or lower. But the numbers are whatever. Basically, the more and more you hit great skill checks, a very tiny sliver of margin, think of it like Stacker in an arcade. if you hit that last one over and over, you can slowly increase the odds of getting that skill check. And that lets you lower the progression of a gen by 1%, 2%, 3% or more. Now, because it's RNG, after tier 6, you get a 25% chance of increasing your next skill check. So you can complete a gen if God and enemies on your side. And you get a skill check 30 times in 30 seconds. That's RNG here. But anyways, hyperfocus. It's like preying on luck, but skill as well, because not everyone is good with it. But I love it, because I think it carries me in matches. Although I don't really know. I'm not amazing. My escape rate's like 45%. But I just enjoy the game. Alright. So take hyperfocus, learn tier 6 30x match, and you should be good. That's it. That was all I had for today. Now, I'm going to be playing this game, demonstrating nothing really. It's going to be hard to win this game to begin with, but I think, general rule of thumb, some help goes some way. And whether or not this helps you or not, sure, whatever. But this is simply something called don't rage quit. Now, if you're going to rage quit and you're not hyper focused, that's your fault. Because you didn't win. You could have won if you took hyper focus and you hit 30 skill checks in 30 seconds. Think of it like that. If you ever fail the skill check, it's your fault that you didn't win the game. And, another note, if you're taking hyper focus, if you're not taking hyper focus and you're not in chase and you're doing a gen, then you suck. If you're taking anti-tunnel perks, you need to be taking that killer away from your teammates. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. You're just throwing for us. If you're taking anti-tunnel just so you could survive, that's not very fun. You need to figure out to play correctly to get every single one of your teammates out alive. Unless they're dead in 10 seconds. There's a general... Let's have a rule of thumb here. If your teammates die in under 10 seconds when in a chase, then that's on them, unless it's an expose effect. But if they're surviving for 20 seconds, 15 seconds or more, you need to play the game right. Take the chase. You need to get double hooked and get good because you have anti-tunnel. However, if you take hyper focus, even if you have 3 anti-tunnel, you can still complete a gen as fast as humanly possible. You land 30 skill checks in 30 seconds. So, take hyper focus. Do everyone a favor. Because odds are, if you're taking anti-tunnel like everyone else in the game, then why are you on a gen? What's the point? I understand that you don't want to get chased and you don't want the killer to chase you so you're on a gen more, but yeah, take hyperfocus so at least you can get better at something that is possible. I can do it. Tier 6 different times and more. But yeah, I did a 3-person escape against the Vecna. Whatever. I'm just speaking out of my ass. But alright. That's my video. Don't rage quit. Take hyper focus, watch the tail, and avoid the guards. I'll see you guys later. Also, don't expect more of what this is, because this in itself was impossibly hard to set up. This is Warudo. This is not VR chat. And my VR chat avatar mouth doesn't move, and my hair doesn't move in VR chat. So, can't be using that. And tracking is better in VR chat anyways. It should be obvious to tell. Now, I'll see you later. I'll stream this not coming soon. But yeah, that's my video for today. Don't rage quit. Toodles.